Hmm. Hi, Susan. The other one is frozen. I deleted it. I think I did anyway. So it was just easier to come on. I never know which side needs closed. I just got back a little bit ago from sweet Lorie Paige's memorial service. And I know I haven't been on in a while. And I went to YouTube to find out who was live right now. No one was live. I was like, Patty, then you should go live. So for a few minutes, I'll be live. Where you been? I have been very sad. So the case I followed since she went missing was Lorie Paige. And on April 11th, we found out that her father, who lied to everyone and had killed her, and he is in the Leon County Detention Center. I'll go into it more tomorrow. He's in the Leon County Detention Center after revoking his Fifth Amendment right. He gets rights. Lorie was 12. She had no rights. So it really hit me. Like, it really hit me. I really struggled with it. I was at the press conference, came on here, and then it really hit me. Like, come Thursday, what day was the 11th? 11th was Friday. The following Thursday was Holy Thursday, before Easter. It's the Thursday before Easter, and it's the last, it's the Last Supper. And I really struggled. By that point, I was really, really upset. The school shooting had happened here at FSU. It was 12 o'clock when that happened. It was 12:01. And I was getting my nails done. And I was at a newer place, and the guy, no shit, was fucking up my nails. Like, he was fucking them up. And I was like, I was sitting in the chair, and they were giving me a pedicure and a manicure at the same time. And the guy was fucking up my nails. Like, it was thick. Like, I get acrylic, and it was thick. And I was like, I need to get out of here. I was very calm. And I was just like, I will never be back here again. I need this to end. I need to go. They came over, told the guy to get up. They were going to fix my nails over on the other side. You don't pay as much for your nails to have that done. But there was a reason I really needed to stay. And I didn't know the reason until it happened later. So I'm waiting for the good guy, who I didn't know. Again, I'd only been there twice, to come over and fix my nails, to get some of that acrylic off because it was so thick. I'm sitting down and I'm getting text messages saying that there was an active shooter on campus of FSU. And I thought, well, no, because there was a planned training between the Tallahassee Police Department and the Sheriff's Department. So they had warned everyone that there was going to be loud bangs and it sounded like gunshots. I was like, that's probably what it was. I was wrong. 12:01, kids are down. This girl comes in to the nail salon, and it is in the same plaza, if you live here in Tallahassee, that World Market's in. It used to be the nail bar, but now it's XO, like Kiss Hug. Girl comes in, she's a little frantic, which we're all frantic. Beautiful girl. I mean, really beautiful girl. Long blonde hair, just really beautiful. And she sits down and she waits, and they tell her to sit next to me. So she sits next to me, and we're talking about, there were 6 people down, or were there 8 people down, or were there 9 people down? Like, there was so much misinformation, and it was so fast. And I was updating Living Tallahassee, and there were so many asks to join Living Tallahassee. I mean, it was hundreds at a time. It ended up being like 1,200 asks by the end of the day. It was just moving, so everything was so fast. And this girl sitting next to me, and we're talking, like people are talking, and the gentleman fixing my nails, his name is Peter. He's like, show me your phone, show me the pictures. And I do. And he's just, everyone was just so shocked. It's the middle of the day. And the girl sits there, and they go over with a menu with her. And she says, I'm just going to get my nails done, something. And I said something about the shooting, and she looks up and she goes, I just ran out of the stadium. They hold classes in the stadium. She said, I just ran out of the stadium. And we stopped talking, listened to her. She said, my teacher couldn't close the door, the professor. The professor called her daughter from across campus to check on her, which this is what she says. Called her daughter to check on her. She goes, and I can't even blame her, but she couldn't close the door. So we all took off running. And I'm a mom first, right? So I turn and look at this girl, and she's looking down, and you can tell now she's upset. And I said, what? What do you mean she couldn't close the door? You know, I got to pepper somebody with fucking questions. She's like, she couldn't close the door. She was frantic. She couldn't close the door. And I said, okay. And I said, well, you're okay. You're okay. And she said, yeah, I'm okay. But she wasn't far from Landis Green where the shooting was. And she got in her car. She said she got in the car and she called her dad, who was in Fort Lauderdale. And he started crying, and she's crying, and it's all over the news, and no one knows anything, and she didn't know. And he said, go get your nails done. So she goes to get her nails done, first shop she sees that's not by campus. And so we're talking again, and she's slowing her pace down, and she's just talking, and she goes, this wasn't even my first shooting. And I said, what? She goes, it's not even my first shooting. I said, what do you mean you're not at your first shooting? And all I could think of was like the hot yoga where there was a shooting in Benton, or Stroger Library, but that was years ago, and she's too young. She goes, no, I was in Fort Lauderdale, Parkland. And I was like, oh my God. She said, I was 14 and we didn't even know what had happened for like 2 weeks. And you could tell she was like, this point, she's looking down. And so she's like going through the story. And I was like, oh my God. So what do you do? I said, well, I tried to change it to her parents. I said, where's your dad? Call him and let him know you're safe. And she goes, I'm texting him now. Okay. I said, where's your mom? And she goes, my mom, I didn't call her yet. My dad called her. I said, who are you closer to? And she said, my dad. And I said, well, there's a reason why you didn't call your mother. And she said, yeah, she would have been on 75. And I said, I would have been on 75. Like, I would have just gone to my kid. Like, and she's like talking about Parkland, and she's talking about the shooting. And I'm like, she's like, we didn't even know what happened. Cause they just get the kids out. and the kids aren't told anything. Never even occurred to me that those kids would never have known what had happened at Parkland in Fort Lauderdale for 2 weeks. And she's just sitting there. I said, well, is your dad okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm texting him. So then the nail guy comes over and asks her again, like, is this all you want, a nails? And so she says it, and then he says, of course, upsell, do you want a pedicure? And she goes, no. I said, you don't want a pedicure? Like, I'm interfering. I'm like, you don't want a pedicure? And she's like, no, I don't. I said, let me buy you a pedicure. So you all bought, I used the account, you all bought her a pedicure. And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, I'd like to buy you a pedicure because your parents need to know you're safe, and you need to take a deep breath, and I need to know you're safe. Like, I think the whole room here needs to know. It was a packed room, and it was quiet. And I was like, everyone needs to know you're safe. Like, you shouldn't be driving a car right now. So you all bought this girl a pedicure. So as frantic as I was about my shitty nails, although they did turn out nice after all, you all bought her a pedicure. So I leave, I pay the bill, I leave, and I'm like, and then it really, all of this stuff that's coming out at FSU is everywhere. And Living Tallahassee, I mean, I don't know if you guys understand it, but it's a lot of work to run a group like that. It's a powerful group in town, but it's a lot of work. So I canceled my YouTube that I was going to do because I felt like that was the priority, because parents were trying to get into the group to find their kids, to locate. I mean, it's odd. It's odd to have that thing. And you're just like scrolling, blah, 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 blah. And all I do is like, so you go on it and you approve, you disapprove, you check the groups, you make sure it's not, you need so much spam coming. I'm not kidding you. 1,200 people try to get in that group because they wanted information about their kid or their parents, or who was doing what, or where was the shooter, what was his name, all of that. And so I stopped everything. Like, I stopped real estate. I stopped just to work on Living Tallahassee. And then I went to church service, Holy Thursday church. And I really started to like bawl uncontrollably. Not kidding you, sobbing in the church. So if you're not aware, and I don't know if Protestant churches do it, but they pick 12 people to represent the apostles, and the priest gets down on his hands and knees and he washes the feet of 12 people. And I'm sobbing. I was like, the humility, Judas, the traitor, like I was just, Lorie, her dad lied for 22 months. She was always dead. Like, I was just sobbing. Donna Adelson, the Wendy, all of these trials, like these local issues. And I'm literally in the church sobbing. The lady I sat next to, her name's Patty, P-A-T-T-I. Her brother-in-law is a deacon. He's a permanent deacon. So he's married and he works at St. Thomas More, which is on the campus of FSU. When the shooting happened, the kids are running into the cathedral for safety. The gunshots were, nobody knew. Nobody knew. It was one person. There were rumors that it was 3 shooters, one. It was just all rumor, right? It's normal. Kids are running into the cathedral. This deacon lost his daughter to a gunshot by her boyfriend, I think her boyfriend, on Palm Sunday years before. So here comes all these kids, Holy Thursday, basically, trying to get in to the school. It was just weird. It was just unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. So she's sitting next to me. She's sobbing. I'm sobbing. She's handing me tissues. I don't carry tissues. I don't cry like that in public. I've cried here out of rage, but I don't cry like just to sit and cry. I just don't. But all this is happening. And no one is like, nothing is stopping it from happening, right? It's like, why is this happening? It's just so bad. But she's okay. The deacon's okay. This child of God is okay. But I was really struggling with all of this. So I was like, the last thing I need to do is have some troll come into this chat on YouTube and I would literally go bombastic. Cut it. So I didn't. So that's why I didn't come on. Because I thought if one person says one thing to me about FSU, gun laws, the United States of America, Trump, me, my hair, my skin, whatever it was, I was just going to lose my shit. So I felt like it was best. I'm already touchy that I was just not going to come on. So I didn't come on. And then I had my son's son and his wife baby shower this weekend, and then Easter, and then other stuff. So I just felt like, it's probably best that I not come on, because I'm telling you, there are times when you can only take so much. And this was it. I felt like not only a break from social media, but there were people that I needed to be in present and take care of. So that's what I did. Then tonight was Lorie Paige's, as they say in African-American culture, the homegoing. So we didn't have remains because the law enforcement has not released her remains, and they'll go to her family eventually. But we had that, and I'll talk to you more about that tomorrow, but it was really beautiful. It was really well done. Margie Summers gave probably the best words I've ever heard at a child's funeral. And unfortunately, I've been to quite a few. Usually because of cancer or some child diagnosis when I worked in hospice. But this was I'm going to play it tomorrow, the best story, way to explain it to students I've ever heard. And she's just an angel. If I ever hear anyone talk bad about her, I might go take a charge. Like, she is just an absolute saint who took all of this on herself. And then Rudy, who gets involved 12 days later, which of course now we know Lorie was already dead for 12 days, at least, probably 13 or 14. And then I come into it, it's that following February. Well, not really, like, I knew about it and I did work through Living Tallahassee, but actually searching. I didn't go searching until February. So, can you do? So anyway, that's what I was doing. And I was taking care of my son and his wife. And we had a good time at the shower and it was lovely. And Alex's friends are so funny. They're just funny people. And his ton. I mean, there must have been like 70 cars. Like, he has a big property. It's a couple acres on Bradfordville Road. But, I mean, it was packed. I was like, Alex, what are you going to do with all this stuff? And then they left early Sunday morning. So did my daughter and her girls. So, and then I went to Easter service. I didn't go to Easter Mass because I went Saturday night. But I worked the parking lot. I parked cars. It was so funny. But that's what I did. I was extremely overwhelmed, Patty, and extremely overwhelmed. Like, even now, I'm on the cusp of just bawling like a little baby. It's just so much. It's just so much. It is. But I'm not the only one. I mean, we're all like, this whole town. Tonight, I didn't know it, but the service was live. So 2 local stations aired it live, which is, really unheard of. I'm not going to lie. That's unheard of. That they're going to give up whatever Jeopardy or whatever was going on to air Lorie Paige's service in its entirety live. Tallahassee Democrat was there. Sheriff Walt McNeil was there. Margie's husband is a former deputy. They work with him. They sat together. Pastors from, I think there were 10 or 12 pastors there from different Black churches. The Griffin Middle School was represented. They had 3 teachers speak. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. The music, it was beautiful. I'm meeting with Pastor Ferguson tomorrow to talk about what Living Tallahassee and he can do to bring community together, that the next time a child goes missing or is killed by a parent or a stranger, that the city actually gets angry. Because it took a long time for the city to get angry in this case. And no fault. I mean, no one's blaming the city. It's just getting it out there, like being like, how do we get it out there sooner so that the city knows they're angry because a child is missing? So I'm meeting with him tomorrow. He asked to meet with me. I said, sure. I mean, anytime Rudy Ferguson wants to meet with me, I'll meet with him. But he wants to really do something, not just like all of these children's services councils where these big administrators are making $300,000 a year and nothing is being done. Ooh, don't get me started. So I don't know what his plan is, but pastors from multiple types of churches, denominations, 2 TV stations, the Democrat, I'm telling you, live. All of this going on in this town. And I mean, there were a couple hundred people in this church. I went, asked food, drink, flowers, candy, stuff for the kids, showed up. So there's some sort of call in there that I don't really know or understand. I'll leave it to other people. They just need the network that I've developed. The network is theirs. But something has got to change, that pretend she was alive, pretend she was trafficked. She would have been out there, But I also believe the pressure on the father, if it had been more significant, he would have broke earlier. I do. I think he's a very, very weak, cowering, subhuman piece of shit. And I think he would have broke. I do. But I'll talk more about that tomorrow. On the court side of it, there's no hearings for Andrew Wiley, but the state attorney was assigned. And the state attorney is Georgia Cappleman. So this will go to the degree that it deserves to go. Some have said he'll take a plea. He can't take a plea because he will have to admit what he did. And he won't admit what he did because he's a coward, much like Donna Adelson. And there you have it. So that's my update. Sorry it took so long, but I just think this town is really scared. Change needs to come, and how some of these kids are handled, whether it's their medication, whether it's discipline, whether it's lack of discipline. Shit needs to change, because you can't just rape your kid, and you can't just go shoot up a school. You just can't. And there needs to be a change between the mentality of all the adults are wrong and the children are right, and now they're all grown. And there was a kid today, a 10th grader punched a teacher in the face because he told him to put his phone and his drink down. The majority believe in the public forum that the kid needs to go to jail. Now, he's not. He's in 10th grade. He won't go to jail. He won't. Nothing will happen to him. I mean, let's face it. But that needs to change. There needs to be real discipline and a real fix to this. And it needs to be harsh the first time so that there is no second. Because otherwise, this kid's life is eventually going to be ruined. He's going to have an anger management issue. He's going to hit the wrong person. He's going to shoot the wrong person. And then there you go. And it's bad. So luckily, in this case alone, the majority, there's still some, I had to block them because I'm not listening to it, that believe the teacher was in the wrong. I don't care if they believe the teacher is in the wrong. The teacher is not in the wrong. It's his classroom. It's school policy. Sit your ass down and put your phone. Why are there even phones? Did you see that heifer at FSU walking across with a phone and a Starbucks cup? Huh. She didn't call. So having the phone isn't going to change if there's an active shooter in the room. It's just not. Put the phones, get the phones out. It's not helping the situation. They need to get the phones out. But that kid, they need to save that kid by disciplining that kid. I don't think it'll happen, but that's what they need to do. Otherwise, you've got another little thug. But I'm not even going to say his name, so don't ask me to. I'm not saying his name. Running across the campus. And there's more than one. It's more than one campus. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Missed you too. What happened, Pie Bird? It's a cute name. It has been a while. Memorial was really beautiful. Thank you. There's a group in the other one. I thought I got rid of it. Hold on. Thought I turned it off, canceled it, froze it. And then on top of it, oh, it is frozen. Oh. It is frozen. No, it's not. Pope dies. Hey, Blaine. Hi, Creative Minds. Hi, Anne-Marie. So much crime. I know why, B. Buddha Belly. What a cute name. Hugs to you, too. Hugs, Piebird. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to all who sent me an email. I have not gotten back to you, and I apologize. So, Sue, thank you. Becky, Evelyn, I'm not going to give your full names. Arlene, Chris, thank you so much. Mia, so many people. Jane, Allison, Patricia sent me wonderful emails. I've read them, but I just haven't had a chance to go back to them. Tough times, I know. I forgot about the Pope. Yeah, I have a mixed. Yeah, the Pope. I mean, he was 88. Bless his heart. Not a fan of this Pope, but he was a human being, and I certainly didn't wish him to suffer. And I feel like he did. Whenever you have a respiratory, I don't know if anyone's seen the photos of him in his coffin, casket, coffin. He definitely had a stroke, which is why this side of his head is purple. So he definitely had a cerebral hemorrhage. Do I have any connection to any involved shooting? I am not saying a thing about that. I apologize. I just don't want to be on the hook for that. I'm going to keep all that private for now. Yeah, I can't. But I appreciate the question. I'm not going to. It's just so much. You knew the bio mom of the shooter. I worked for her for years ago. Oh, I have questions about that. I mean, I read her article. She immediately went to the media. Lady. Thank you, B Rabbit. Thank you, Arlene. And thank you for your email. Hey, Marianne. Hi, Chris. Moonchild. Thank you for your messages too, Moonchild. Thank you so much. Betty, purple is a beautiful color on you. Thank you. Well, it was one of Lorie Paige's colors, so I tried to. Where you go? Oh, thank you, Diane. I do care a lot. It is hard. It's just been a sum total of the nonsense. It really has been a lot. It's been a lot. I mean, it's been a lot. Thank you, Texas Sunshine and Anya. So commendable that you followed that tragic case. I know. She was gone the whole time. The wasted man hours. The wasted, just a life wasted. 12 years old. Straight A student. You gotta rape your kid? You really do? I can't wait till he sees my face in the hearing. I can't wait till he sees Margie's face in the hearing. That's the one. It's one thing to lie to me. It's a whole other thing. I wasn't going to lie to Margie Summers. Oh, no. You saw in the news the kids ran to the church. They did, the love of God. They ran to St. Thomas More, which is right across the street. And that deacon, it's just too much. I don't know, but I really like your name. I really do. I know, Patty Ann. Becky, thank you for your email. She says, Patty, you're going to have to face the fact that you have a huge heart and strong sense of what's right and wrong. I do, but I don't like other people to know it, Becky. I don't. So after the service, Father Tom had confession. And confession is where you go talk to the priest. Well, I was sobbing, but I knew I had to go because I had to go before Easter anyway. So people were so nice. They come up and like, you okay? Can I say a prayer for you? So sweet. And I go last. Every time I go to the confessional, I really try to go last because, I think I'm going to take a while. I did. I wasn't last. Another girl wanted to be last. I was like, I'll let you go last. So I walked in and it was a conversation. I mean, there was nothing to behold, but I said, I'm really struggling and I need a therapist. Like, this girl's death is really bothering me. And he'd heard about it, but he didn't, people heard the girl was missing. He didn't realize she'd been found. And I told him my tiny part, and I am really struggling. I'm really struggling with the mother. I'm really struggling with the father. I'm really struggling with the grandmother. I'm struggling with the uncle. I said, all of these people prove Lorie Paige right. They just proved her right. She was abandoned. And I said, this is just one child that I know of. So now I'm going to go global on him. I was like, I said, it's just too much. It's just too much. I can't think. And I was like, and then you have this wonderful man on the floor washing feet of 12 people. And I was like, the humility, just the act of it, just the whole, I mean, just the people running into the church for a bit of safety. The dad on the phone crying. I was like, this is just overwhelming. And I'm not affected. It's not my family. It's not my girl. It's not my daughter who was shot by someone else. It's not any of that. I'm just watching it happen. And it's really starting to get at me. And he was just really good about it. He was just listening. He listened for a long time. And I'm just like sobbing. And I was like, he goes, I said, I'm not a sobber. He goes, I know. I'm not, I just didn't know what to do. And he just listened. He just literally sat there and listened to me and kept saying, Patty, Patty, Patty. That's what he said. It was like, Patty. And I was like, what? And he's like, I said, I said, I hate Andrew Wiley. And I want him to suffer in the fires of hell. And he goes, no, you don't. I said, I do. I said, I do want him to suffer in the fires of hell. And he goes, you don't. And I said, well, why not? Because I really want that. And he goes, because the hell is of his own making. And he said, if he doesn't turn around, he will be in the fires of hell. But you don't want that for him. He said, what you need to do is pray for him and pity him. And the way he said pity, I was like, pity is okay. Because I don't know why I didn't think pity was okay, but I didn't think it was okay. And like hating was okay, but not pity. Kind of discombobulated. And he's like, pity him. Because eventually, maybe not today or tomorrow, while he's in the safety of the cell of the Leon County Detention Center, and he's protected from all of the people that will shove a broom handle up his ass, basically is what he said. Not completely, but close. He said, pity him. Because it's a long life. And he will be in the cell of his own making. And he will be in a hell of his own making. So you don't need to wish hell on him. He said he knows evil. He's done evil. And of course he could be redeemed. He tried to explain this to me. He could be redeemed. And you have to pray for redemption. But he's likely not going to be redeemed because he's evil. And he just flat out told me that usually, you know, you hear from a man of God or a priest or a reverend that pray for their soul, pray for their soul. He said pray for his soul. He said pray for him, pray for his soul, pray for that his has that redemption. But he will be punished. And God does not like it when his plans are screwed up, is what he told me. And his plans were screwed up with Lorie. And he doesn't like it. And that made me feel better. That I was allowed to pity him. And pity his family. And pity the grandmother. And pity the mother. And pity the uncle. Who's a coach at a middle school here in town. That I was allowed to pity. Like he gave me. And I was like, oh, I'll pity him. So okay. I said, well, if I can put my energy towards pity, I won't put it towards rage. Because I was so angry. And then you have this brat, thug, so human, terrorizing thousands. He said the same for him. Pity him. I was like, okay. Well, father didn't hold back, which I didn't expect him to. But I just felt, and he goes, well, you haven't really told me any sins. I'm like, well, I want him to be in the fires of hell. He goes, well, there you go. So that was that. And I just felt, I said, I stood face to face with that man, and we don't know how she was killed. I bet they don't have enough of her remains to know how she was killed. I thought, why are they only going, the first one to condemn the state attorney's office? Why are they only going for second degree? Why won't they go for first degree? Logic took over. They don't know how she was killed. So they can't go first degree murder because they can't prove intent. That's why. So unless they find enough bones, which I don't know, unless they find enough bones and say, was she shot or hyoid or something, they're not going to be able to prove it. So that's why second degree murder. And the one person I trust in all of this is Georgia Cappleman. So Georgia Cappleman will be the state attorney. It was just done today. There's no new hearing for Lorie Paige. And she will do a bang-up job. And she will bring all those family members that didn't want to go search for Lorie and traipse them through there and make them wish they wanted to go search for Lorie. Because for whatever reason, there's a whole community of people that won't turn on their loved one. They won't turn on that guy. Blows the mind. Not me. I'd beat the shit out of him. Hi, Wesley. Yes, I'm up late and I am at work. I got to go home soon, but oh, thank you, Anne-Marie. It's really hard. I've been in South Georgia for 6 days, Tater. Just got home an hour ago. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. It was a beautiful Easter. Malia is another one who moved to the area. Who is this? So someone sent me a thing about their child going to FSU for school. And I thought, well, how wonderful is that? I mean, that's good news that someone's going to do that. They're sending their grandson to school. The whole thing is a lot, but they came back to, hi, Mia. Hi, Leslie. Thank you for your note. I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I'm very sorry. Was my grandchild born yet? No, he's due in June. He's due June 3rd. And they'll be in Toledo area. I know, right? Moonchild from your... Oh, thank God. Thank God Georgia's handling this case. They still have everything blocked off. But I'm going to go over the affidavit tomorrow. I know the Karen Reed trial is going on, but that'll take place without me. I don't need to be there for that. I did watch Hank Brennan's. I didn't listen to Alan Jackson, but I did watch that. Is it really postponed? Donna wants to delay her trial. Does everybody know why? So someone, was it Debbie Gibby? Sent me, hold on one second. Debbie Gibson sent me a thing saying on STS, Surviving the Survivor. If you're not familiar with it, I should have introduced myself. I'm Patty Wilson. This is Patty's Playhouse. I apologize. It's late. And There's like either 800 emails, 8,000 emails, 80,000 emails is what you're told. So let me go to my email. I'm going to go to my work email right now. I want to know, how many emails do I have in here? 28,000. Now I do delete spam, right? The brokerage has been around. When did we open this thing, Scott? Scott's not here right now, but I think 5 years ago. 5 years ago. 5 years, I have 28,000 emails. This heifer had 80,000 emails. So when Debbie sent me this, let me get to it. To me, it was so funny. Like I literally was punchy, and so I was laughing my ass off. So she goes, hold on one second. She goes, so the lawyer, hold on one second. Let me go back. So Joel, this is Monday at 7:20. She sends me a Facebook message because she's in Canada. So Joel just said it was 18,000 emails. I gotta turn the air. Did I not? I'll be right back. I gotta turn the air down in here. So she says, so Joel just said it was 18,000 emails, OMFG. The state handed over to the defense. What the F will be in that Wendy's arrest? And I said, stop. I said, how many emails? I said, how many fucking emails? How many fucking emails can someone write? I said, I don't fucking have 80,000 fucking emails in years. I mean, I have a business or two. I know it's not funny, but, and then she goes, so the lawyer said she heard it was 80,000 pages. Nonetheless, it's a fuckload. Here I thought it was 8,000. I know it has an 8. I said, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, nothing but hilarious. She goes, hopefully they'll seal Wendy's arrest. Do you think this delays the damn trial? I said, well, they'll ask for a delay. May 16th is the pretrial. Yeah, that day. So Karen Reed starts tomorrow and she went on about something else. And I'm still like, every time I think about the shit ton of, how long does it take to write 80,000 emails? Who are you sending them to? 80,000, even 8,000. 8,000 emails. You do not. That needs to be fixed. That would drive me absolutely insane. All my emails are read. How do you have I literally have 50 unread emails in my queue. Everything else is read and sorted. How do you function? How do you function? Allison, how do you function? Is your name Scott Cowart? Because Scott has at least that many. No, he doesn't have 100,000. He probably has 20. I don't know how anybody does anything with all those unread. Like mine are flagged, sorted in file folders. No. He thinks September now, 82. So April 30th at 4 o'clock, which is 8 days from now. What day is that? I got to put it in my phone. That's next Wednesday. At 4 o'clock is the new hearing. Absolute hilarity. I'm sorry, when that came to, all that tells me is this heifer is cooked. Like she's not even, it's not even a remote cooking. She is so boiled beyond boiling. First of all, you fools are trying to get rid of, who does that? Trying to get rid of Everett like you knew that wasn't going to happen. Who paid for that? I mean, at this point, they're just stealing this woman's money. They really are. Zellman, Fulford, you're stealing her money because you knew Everett wasn't going to remove himself. And then you keep asking everything to be sealed. It's ridiculous. 80,000 emails. This is water, by the way, in case anybody's asking. You delete everything every day. Well, I can't delete. I have to hold stuff for 5 years, so I can't delete. That's an accumulation. How much spam is in there? Like, how do you have that? Where is the jester? I don't know. I haven't seen Eric in a while. Why? Maybe he's mad at me because of my foul language. I don't know. Patty is so organized. So, Patty, just think of graphs like you do your email. No, I don't want to think about graphs, Max. If I wanted to think about, okay, I have a test tomorrow I have to take. 90-minute test on Euler, Hamilton, and some other bullshit graph so I can pass this class and graduate. I don't even know what my class score is anymore. What is my score in that? I think I don't even know what a C is. I don't know. I need a C. C's aren't like when I went to school for a C. They're not like that. I have a, what do I have in this class? An 80.04. You can view your grades based on what if scores. So I have to take this test tomorrow, and that'll be there. I took the pre-test. I did okay. Euler equation, they have it's a graphic though. It's a graph. Euler graph. It's this Euler graph thing. It's the path. It's the path and the circuit. It's a Eulerian path in a graph is a path that uses every edge exactly once without repeating any edges. A circuit is a cycle that also uses every edge exactly once, as if I care. I care for 24 more hours. That's the only reason I care. That really is it. Graphs don't bother me. It's just, why do you got to call it now all of this other stuff? Like, why? So I'm going to go over, I'm going to study it, and then do it. Like vertices, vertex, versus, blah, blah, blah. Evens, odds. Nothing to do with real life. That's what that's about. I can only imagine the amount of emails with your career, let alone. Oh, Allison. Yeah, no. Patty's is not like that. Well, thank you, YBE. I hope to do well. We'll see. I just need a 70. That's all I need. The good thing is, like, what she does is say I fail it. Like, say I get a 50. The next day, she'll let you retake the test, and she'll take the higher of the two. Thank you, Forensic. Godding things is hopefully the thing. Jezebel hug. Oh, thank you. Very nice. Add that. Patty drinks water. Yeah, it is. I feel like I need to share that because, you know, the drunkards are. But it's actually lemonade. You know, that Weiler's sugar-free stuff. I'm going to Rome, in case I haven't told y'all. And I got to get this weight off. I actually started walking yesterday and got attacked by mosquitoes. That was fun. So I walked for 2 miles with Roscoe. I'm covered in mosquito bites. Covered. And I sprayed. I got to get new spray. Oh, thank you, Wesley. Well, it's in the Lord's hands at that point, whether my brain works tomorrow or not. But I will. It's not on ice. No, I don't use ice. No ice for me. What happens in Rome stays in Rome. Well, I would like to happen in Rome, which means I need to be able to walk Rome, which means I need to walk at least 2 miles a day. So I did 2 miles yesterday. I didn't have time today, but I'll do 2 miles tomorrow. You haven't been to Rome yet? Is that the way it works? If you're negative, your blood doesn't. I'm O positive. Well, that sucks. I open most emails that are sent to me specifically. At least I try to. I scan and open the ones that seem like they need my attention based on the subject. Well, I think we all do that, but I don't have 100,000. I don't think he's up for it. I don't think he got that. I don't think he made it to the first round. Hold on. How do you spell appellate? No, he was in the running. It says circuit judges Everett, Hawks, and Lance Neff are 3 of the 13 people who applied. They slated to be interviewed, but I don't think he got to that point. Because a lady I know is on the thingy-mabobber, not that she's telling me anything. She's somebody I was served with the Red Cross board I was on. Pretty sure. Where's the update? I don't think he did. I don't think he made it. I know they had a thing in April. I don't see it. I know I saw an article on it, but now I can't find it. But I don't think he made it to that next level. I think he already found out he wasn't going to do it. A month ago. I don't see the article now. Of course not. Correct, Patty. I was correct. Thank you. That's what I read too. Thank you. I didn't think he got picked. Rosemary says, I'll make sure to stay relevant when I send emails. I read my father's alibi emails. I don't always respond to the emails, but I do read. I do. What I don't understand for some of these courses, and maybe I'll ask Allison because she teaches, when you give feedback, does it have to be like 15 pages long? I honestly, if you can't get what you need to say to me in the first 5 lines, I'm not reading it. I'm just not reading it. So, probably why I'm not gonna. Rest up for your exam. Well, I'll stay up late tomorrow to celebrate. Oh, bless your heart. I have radio in the morning. What do I have? Radio in the morning. I don't know what else I have. Who knows? I don't even know. Isn't that sad? Can't even tell you. So anyway, Chicky Poo. Okay. Donna's hearing April 30th, 4 o'clock, motions. We'll find out exactly how many emails were sent, how they got them. I'm very excited. Donna will be there via Zoom. Can you imagine if you thought you had all these emails just hidden away? Here comes Chris Corbett. Dude, when I saw Chris Corbett in the press conference for Lorie Paige, I knew he knew every place that Andrew Wiley had been. So that was a good day. You just email me a screenshot of. Oh my God. You ordered to sell 40 shares. Okay, well, you really need to. Oh, no, that was, you actually ordered 40 shares of something. Yale in your career. The Navalin News. You got to sort. I got to sort. I just couldn't take it. Someone needs to sort. How do you work? There's too much. Let's see, how many emails did I get today? Now, I use more than one email too. So like Living Tallahassee is an email. This is an email. So there's more than one email. That is 50. 100. This is just today. 110. And then what I kept, it's like 20. So I had 160 emails today just from my broker email. I'm not counting, but I do sort my roles with emails, so it's not all one thing. You have a separate shopping email. I have a separate email for that as well, where I take, like, say it's like Kohl's or Target. They get a separate email for that as well, so that it is sorted. So I know how much I've, different reasons though, I bet, Allison. So I know how much I've spent, what I spent it on, where I can go, like my receipts are all there. It's all one email. But that's probably, yeah, and then I have a junk email. So I have the email that if I were meeting you and you wanted me to sign a petition or blah, 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 and I felt obligated to sign something, I'm giving you the junk email that goes to nowhere and that I delete every day. But I have a bunch of emails for that reason. It's all sorted, schmorted. You're in that. I think for shopping emails, that email will get a lot of advertising type riffraff. It does, but delete. It's just like me with Living Tallahassee. Like, we've had, how many asks today? That's what I call it when somebody wants to join. We've had, I do that too. In the last 30 days, we've approved 1,300, declined 3,000, blocked 1,300. That's a lot of work in 30 days. In 7 days, we've approved 790, declined or blocked 2,600. So that's a lot of work. Posts. How many posts do we have? In the last 7 days, which is when all the tragedy happened, we had 600 posts, 11,000 comments, 56,000 reactions. Just unbelievable. So that's really like a full-time job, which, you know, I started monetizing this group because it is a lot of work. And we are 24/7 on that group. So I did start monetizing it. And this, you know, people have their comments that it's a money grab, or it's like Kitty Cool Lady and buy me a coffee. It's nothing like that. I don't care what people think. Like that's the beauty of it. Like, I don't care. Like, you don't live my life, I don't live your life, and how you make your living is how you make your living. I don't care. So, but people, you know, they're going to be people. But we do it anyway. I do think the admin that work with me should be something. Like, give them a gift card. Like, do something. You want me to tip you for turning around and handing me a pizza, but you don't expect me to monetize the group? Like, okay, but I'm still going to do it. But anyway, so it is a lot of work and I enjoy it. And I think we as in the group of us who are big contributors to the community. And so we helped where we could, but I do monetize it and I will monetize it. And in fact, any of the monetization I make from YouTube will help go to, for this month, will go to help pay for Lorie's service. So I made that commitment. I just told Rudy, you know, it's like, you know, $700 or $800. But I told Rudy, Ferguson, and Margie that whatever I make on this for the month of May will go to help pay for sweet little Lorie's service today. So it'll be nice. Isn't the point of running a business to earn it? Oh, no. Mia, see, that's what you don't get. You don't get it. So people don't know how to run a business. So part of what we're trying to do with this monetization is coach small businesses. Like, there was one girl, and she doesn't respond it because people are people, but she said she can't afford to advertise for like $300. I was like, what, are you kidding me? I tried to be nice about it. I probably failed, but I said, I would love to coach you for free. I would love to coach you for free how to use social media to help your business for free. No response. People don't want to be told what to do. I mean, I think we know that from the kid and the thug at the 10th grader to whatever. It's coaching. It's not telling you what to do. But if people point out that your content is repetitive, or you're not using proper keywords, or you just need a little boost, you need a little refreshment, they don't like it. But I offer, and that's that. Like, what was it Max saying to me today? Oh, Max, what did you say? What did Max say about that? What did she say? She said something, and I can't remember it. Maybe I read it. But people don't want to, they want it to be handed to them. And for me, it always goes back to that look good, be right. Like, if someone like me, who's such a target for a lot of people, step in and say, hey, if you did this, you might want to do this, they're going to take it as an offense, just automatically. This one girl said, why would I pay you to only get 5 or 6 likes? And I said, what about your content? I mean, your content is repetitive. Your content is the same thing over and over. There's no grab you. There's no attention. There's no nothing. And I said it completely like neutral. Like, these are the tips that I would say to someone who only gets 5 or 6 likes. There's a reason why other people don't get 5 or 6 likes. And if you want to be like them, you got to do what they do to have what they have. You got to look and you got to study your numbers, which I'm very good at. But people don't want to do it. They don't want to work hard, like Mia says. They don't want to learn, but they just want to sit there and go, I can't afford it. I can't do it. I can't. And I don't understand it. I mean, times are tough in real estate right now. Very, very tough. But if you don't figure out a way to make yourself or set yourself apart, you're not going to have anything. Somebody needs your help. And I just remember John Wetzel. He was my mentor. And he's like, Patty, you only need to sell 75 homes a year. You don't need to sell 10,000. 75 homes a year. And to get those 75, you got to know your numbers. You got to be able to talk to this many people, to get this many appointments, to get this many yeses, to get this many offers, and then contracts, and then closings. And if you don't know your numbers, you're not in business, like Mia said. If you don't know what you need to do to make that $300 so that you have an extra bit of money and leverage to advertise, advertising is leverage. That's what that is. It's like an assistant. And if you're, I know what Max said. I'll tell you. If you don't have that leverage, then you have nothing. So what Max told me, was it Max? She said, it was. Let me read it. It said, I did a search on YouTube for fancy fiction and clicked recently uploaded, and your healing series, my anxiety healing series, about her came up on top of the list. And I laughed. And she's like, I said, well, she's pissy about my avatar, which I made fun of, fancy fiction. Oh, wow, you deserve rest for sure. It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. She goes, I would love to see you do a healing series on narcissism. On Kathy Cooley, waiting for this to blow over, but I've seen, thinking about her. Oh, God, it will never, what she goes, how did you do it? And I said, ChatGPT, keywords are really, really important. Because it's true. Like I'm not good at it every day, but I go back and fix my notes and change them, and I use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT takes the transcript, writes the notes, edits the notes, gives me the hyperlinks, I post it. I don't do anything else. I just give it to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what are the keywords for May? What were the keywords last year for May? What are they for this? And we chat like we're friends. We just edit and change because I'm willing to do it. These people aren't even willing to look at their advertising and say, I need a change. I need a refresh. What? How could you not? But they're not. So they can't afford advertising, and they can't afford to say, yes, I will take your help because it's me. Fascinating. I'm not offended by it. I'm trying, you try to help a cottage baker, basically. But there's a reason why some cottage bakers take off and some don't. The name of your company, the photos that you're taking, the kind of bread you're making. Are your hands clean? Seriously? Otherwise, we're just making fun of you on the back set. Because I saw one cottage baker baking on a reel. Her hands were filthy. Like, dude, all we're going to do is mock you. That's it. We're not buying your baked goods. So things like that, but they're not willing to look at that from an outsider's point of view, neutralize their thinking and say, what do I need to do to get here? I have a show subscriber, Lorie, who sends me dozens of texts a day for tips. And I love them. I categorize them. Yes, I do. And I'm like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Oh my God. Now, I can't do everything that she suggests, but a lot of it is fabulous information that when I'm done school, I will implement a lot of them. And she's just so smart. Who wouldn't? Who would? Free. I can't know everything. She's free. She's in real estate like me. She has fabulous ideas. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I look at it? But some of these people won't even look at a tip or an idea. They know everything, yet they can't afford $25 for advertising. Not even 25. Can't help everyone, right? You can only help 75. But Lorie is amazing at that. She's amazing at taking it apart, putting it together. I don't have time right now to do it. But if I have somebody who's willing to send me tips for free, I'm going to use every bit of it. That's just, frankly, dumb not to. Oh, you hope KCL already booked her Airbnb for June 3rd. Yeah, that shit's not happening. It was 8 years of free ads, and now they're gone. Gone. They're gone. I mean, I've had 47 I'm negotiating with right now to advertise. 47. And I just started it, last week? True crime might be. 47 businesses that may want to go into business with us. 47, pretty good. Beat 0. I'll take 47. Tell her she needs to CTA. She needs to use hashtags and get categories. But people don't listen. I need to have like a fake person. That's what I should do. I should do like a fake name. Like you guys give me a name of a fake cute name, like Molly or Susie or something, and have a fake Facebook profile that I can use that fake profile with a fake photo that's all AI driven and reach out to these businesses. I just thought of that. That's what I'm going to do because they won't want to listen to me. So I'm going to do an entirely fake coaching profile. Reach out to these people and say, hey, we're going to do a social media thing. That's what I'm going to do. They don't need to know it's me, right? They don't need to know it's me. But I can run a seminar, full AI, free. Done. Hazel McFarland. But they're really, really, really offended by my personhood. So, so if I did it on the background, Hazel McFarland. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have like some long blonde, Instagram-esque, photogenic, fake photo with fake everything. Say, hey, I know that you don't want to listen to her, but I'm really good at this. Would you, be open to some tips? Hi, John. I got your email. And I bought a house once because there was a pie baking in the oven. Girl, you have no idea. I've been saying bacon should be done all day. Bake the bacon. Like, unless you're Muslim, then it's probably not going to work. But the whole bacon smell, you can't bottle that. It's delicious. Entitlement on the dole has a cap. If you want more, get your ass out there and put it in the work. You're living off the rest of us who are putting in the work. You really are. And it's not even the government. It's just like to sit there and say, my office is in my house. I have a very small business and I can't afford to advertise. Then you're not in business. And that is what I told people. I'm like, if you can't afford, it's not even about living Tallahassee, which we're small. Okay, so you have a group. People want to challenge me on it. I'm all about my numbers, right? And you have, well, I asked ChatGPT to tell me if it was true or not. You have engagement. Where is it? Where's the engagement list? This is the number. This is everything. You have the last 30, not even 30 days, 28 days, 25 days, 58,000 active members. Now, people have been like, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. It is 58,000 in 28 days. Now, granted, there was a tragedy, right? So there's a tragedy. That's different, right? "28 days, 126,000 reactions. 30,000 comments, 2,400 posts, 58,000. So one day I asked Chat, there's a little fucker. One day I asked ChatGPT, I was like, Chat, if you have 76,000 people in a Facebook group, how valuable is it? What's the asset worth? And so Chat told me, I was like, get the fuck out. And then I was like, what is it? And then Chat's like, gives me a metaphor. Well, if you were on a corner and you had a billboard on a corner and you knew that the town is only 60,000 people, how long would it take for the entire town to get to that billboard, and how many months and days would it? It was just this whole like what? And I was like, damn. So we have a town of about 220,000 people. So that it is valuable. But I think businesses should find other niches, which has always been our thing, to try and solve the world's problems and not be losing your house and your car. Because real estate is pretty shitty right now. Bacon won't sell a house if you're Jewish either. Sorry, man. Sorry, Mia. We have a community Facebook page, and there's so much spam advertising, it makes the page worthless. Why? Get rid of it. I spent hours getting rid of it. It's worth it. It's worth it if you get rid of it. I figured out how to, like, if you look on mine, where is it? I always forget where all this stuff is. If you look on mine, how many does it say? We have 74,000 in the United States, 335 Pakistan, Nigeria, 131 in Bangladesh. Some of those are legitimate. We're a university town. They're not all spam. But I went through, because I'm annoying, I went through and found a lot of surnames that were Pakistani and put them into the, because Facebook won't allow you to search just Pakistan. It won't allow it. So I went through Pakistani surnames, Bangladeshi surnames, and I put them in the search, and I got rid of so many, so much spam. But you have to work it. Listen to Rosemary. Debbie's here. Debbie, 80,000 email Debbie. Oh my God, 80,000 emails. She sends me a text. 80,000 emails. Does anyone know really what the number is? So when I was at the service tonight, I saw people from Tallahassee Democrat, and I was like, did you hear about the emails? They were like, yeah. How many emails is Donna that stupid to do? What do you think the service was? Do you think it was Gmail? Do you think it was Yahoo? Do you think it was WhatsApp? Where did all the emails come from? Where are all these? I know you are, Mia, and I understand that. I'm not. Tim said 80,000. I don't know why I think it's so funny. I don't know why it's so funny. I think it's absolutely hilarious. I can't. How did they unlock it? What did they unlock? You're thinking WhatsApp. I don't want to wait till the 30th. And they got everything under lock and key in this damn docket. Oh, I think so. I think they didn't have it. They either found another phone, something happened. Is it emails or is it emails and texts and WhatsApp? Isn't there a MacBook they couldn't crack and maybe they did? I don't know. I don't remember. Remember, Donna sent herself notes and texts. Yeah, they found something. 80,000. It's just so amazing. It's so amazing. Like, I know, like, in my own head, I believe she's guilty, and I believe the town would believe she's guilty. But 80,000. So how much of that is good shit? 800? I know, Debbie. I know, but she's going down. It's not even a thing. Those fools literally sat there weeks ago and thought she's going home. They're gonna rent a unit here. Harvey's gonna move up with her. She's gonna have an ankle monitor. She's gonna be able to go get her massage therapy. The delusion of these insane humans is beyond. They are so delusional. And now, what is she going to do? Sit and nod her head 80,000 times? Ooh, what's she going to do? Everett's going to be like, no. Yeah, we're going to have an extension on the trial, and that's fine. I may not be able to go if I'm going to freaking Rome, but that's fine too. But I'm like, dude, you're so guilty. You wrote it all out. All of it. So crazy. The state should have just given them the pertinent. I don't know how it works. Does anyone know? Oh, I recall when the FBI served a warrant, it took the computer. Let me see. I am not tired. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can find the warrants on here. Whatever this. Oh my God. What is up with Zellman and them that everything has to be under seal? Since when did that? They have to give all, the state can't decide that. Thank you. I didn't know how it worked. So let me just do warrant here. Warrant to the sheriff, warrant booked, warrant affidavit searched, warrant filed. This is for Harvey's phone. This is for Harvey's phone. I don't like that. Digital, subscriber, text, MMS, chat, third-party communication, voicemail, audio. So that's for his phone. That's one warrant. Is this the same? Apple iPad, also 1114. This must be the Mac. So that's from November. Oh no, it's the dark gray Apple iPhone. Which one do you think they couldn't get into? That's when she was whining about the jail. Here's the white phone again. How many phones did Harvey have? How many phones did he have? Oh, this is just additional search. Particular description of the property. Dude, can you imagine having Chris Corbett's job? Oh, so much. Donna Adelson's white phone. Donna's emails. Oh, that's to Google. I wonder how long that takes. This is April 26, 2024. And that is out to Google. Shouldn't have that many warrants. 10-1. That's a search warrant for the. That's the affidavit when they took it. So item seized. Warrant included 2 Apple iPhones, 1 iPad, 2 MacBook Pros. And he's 80. Good for him, though. Along with iCloud return, emails have played a critical role. It's one of those pieces. That's it. So one of those pieces had to be the one. Let's see what's it. And the 88,000 may get requested by FOIA for the public to see. Would love to see the 80,000. Well, right now, the way they have this docket BS, it's all sealed. Look. Sealed, motion to under seal, order amended under seal. It's just ridiculous. We don't want the media to see anything. Don't work for a murderer. So if you got a notice for Catherine Magbanua on the Vine, it's because she came here for a deposition. See, this is like sealed. They better get done into trial soon before damn mail's the floor. It's Florida. It's not normal to steal anything. I know, but they did it. They did it after that Robert Adelson coup. Remember, I grabbed that Robert Adelson deposition. It should make Wendy nervous, don't you think? That it was regarding having to figure out a password. I don't know. Which one was it, though? Do you know, Leslie? Oh, you don't see it. You don't know it. It'll all come out April 30th. Ah. I woke up just now. Hey, Tammy, and recliner and Patty's on. But fell asleep when Jane World Channel and Lorie Vallow cover. Oh, yeah. Lorie Vallow's guilty. Yay. Like anybody thought. She's never getting out of prison. If the trial gets delayed, do the witnesses have to be deposed again? No. Mm-mm. They don't. WhatsApp extraction. Sorry. From 2014. To restore WhatsApp, you'll need to have a backup file, blah, blah, blah. Locate the backup file. Export. Law enforcement. Pre-encryption era before WhatsApp implemented end-to-end, law enforcement had more flexibility, limited access, data extraction, cooperation. Do you know that law? Oh. WhatsApp can cooperate. It says, this is 2021, Rolling Stone. Apple and WhatsApp have built themselves into a behemoth. Well, the FBI document raises no questions about the app's abilities to keep out hackers and snoops for hire. The paper does describe how law enforcement have multiple legal pathways to extract sensitive data. The Cambridge Analytica controversy, when news outlets revealed the personal data of more than 50 million Facebook users was harvested without their permission. Zuckerberg sought to rebrand the social media giant as a tech company built around privacy. Blah, blah, blah. Where's the extraction? FBI documents omit important context such as pen registers for WhatsApp do not yield actual message content and only apply in a forward-looking, non-retroactive manner. Spokeswoman said the company uses end-to-end, can't directly access that content, and has defended the message encryption in court around the world. Even without the ability to legally request message content from WhatsApp, the metadata provided by WhatsApp to law enforcement captures which users talk to one another when they do it, and which other users have access to their address book. The handling over the data can have serious consequences for people who seek truly secure and anonymous messaging. Don't be a murderer. You don't have to worry about it. WhatsApp offering all this information is devastating to a reporter. What did you all do beforehand? The amount of data available to law enforcement is potentially far greater than the user data provided by WhatsApp. If a targeted user backs up their iMessage activity to iCloud, Apple's online storage properly, it's If that's the case, the FBI document says then law enforcement can request backups of the target's device, including actual messages sent and received in iMessage. While Apple describes the cloud as encrypted, it comes with a giant loophole. You all back yours up? I don't. I don't back up my notes either. Nope. I don't. Hell no. You can look at if you have an iPhone, go to backup, go to the cloud, save to cloud, see all, look at it. Your photos, your iCloud drive, your mail, you're just asking to be a witness. Your calendar, hell no. No. Oh, no. I don't back all that up. No. Mm-mm. So it looks like it was probably, I think it was one of Harvey's. Imagine if it was Harvey's phone or Mac. Or like they said, like someone said in here, it's just Donna emailing herself. Oh, I'm so sorry, Chester's mom. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. What do you do? Is he going to be okay? My son had a brindle pit mix. So cute. Sydney. I love Sydney. I babysat Sydney. Sydney and I were pals. And I loved walking Sydney because everyone was scared of her. She was nothing to be scared of. And she had a tumor around her heart and it just blew one day. And he had just picked her up from my house. Praise the Lord. He just picked her up. He was frantic. Took her to the vet, hospital, massaged, heart. Nothing could be done. I don't know if it's Donna doing the emails, but doesn't it make sense? I mean, someone remembered it. Hello from Melbourne, Australia. So I cannot stop watching your twins from Australia. Has anyone seen them? Absolute hilarity. The twins speak in sync. It's almost identical what they at their conversations. It's amazing. I would love to see Donna's face when she gets another slap in the face. She was denied bail. Now she can't remove the judge. Why did she think that was going to happen? We don't know because we can't see the motion. It's just ridiculous. Order denying defendant's motion to disqualify. Order granting defendant's renewed motion concerning the prior defense. Notice the cancellation of deposition. They canceled Mary Hall again, the forensic accountant. We need the private investigator to run. We need it, Judge. We need a private investigator. Why? Why? To go take a picture of where the school is in relationship to the bump? Like, what do you need that for? Denied. Where do we see the twins? Hold on. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm not ever, but close. Piers Morgan is interviewing him, and he just can't even hold it together. Colin Rugg has it, and let me show him. He's like, hands down, the best interview he's ever seen in his life.
Witnesses are recounting some of the drama that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. Two sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there. And he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound, and I said, oh, Mum, where's Mum? And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes, are you all right? Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help. And Mum distracted him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush behind the fence. And the guy goes to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you. All I was thinking about when we were running, I hope he doesn't fire. Yeah, we were so blessed.
How close to him do you think you were?
Well, see, he was up there, and we were past our driveway. You don't think of all of that at the time. No, you just run for your safety.
Oh, it gets better.
Identical twins, because consider themselves to be really one person.
Yeah, for more than 40 years, Bridget and Paula Powers from Australia have been speaking in unison, wearing matching outfits, and they share a room, and they've become an internet sensation as a result, and they join us now from Brisbane. Well, a very good morning to you.
Good morning to you both, and greeting.
Oh my, this is like something out of Star Trek. This is fantastic. So, look, you two, you even laugh at the same way. We should try this. Ladies, let me ask you. You obviously know each other better than anybody else. How identical do you think you are? Not just in the way you look, we can see that, but in terms of your personalities, do you feel like you are really one person?
Sometimes we do feel like just one person. Yes, we do. But we know that we are individuals, though.
Okay, I've got to ask you, have you... It is extraordinary that you speak in unison.
Sorry, how can you keep a straight face? That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It is extraordinary that you speak in unison, but I wonder whether, as I watch you, I'm wondering, do you prepare your answers? How do you know exactly what your twin is going to say?
Well, no, it just happens automatically. We don't know how it happens. Like some people go, do you rehearse the conversation? And we said, no, how can you rehearse the conversation? It's a bit stupid.
This is one of the greatest interviews I have ever conducted in my life.
Do you mind that people laugh when they listen to you? Or do you find that rude?
Well, yes, we know that we annoy a lot of people out there, but it's just like water running off a duck's back to us. It doesn't bother us one bit.
Can I ask you? I mean,
it's quite funny.
Do you allow men into your lives, ladies, or are they just too annoying to have around?
No, we're very, very busy with our seabird rescue hab. At the moment, we've got no time for men in our lives. We like giving all our love to the wildlife.
How much time
Well,
do you spend?
hang on. Wait a minute.
Can I?
I'll have a supplementary. But, I mean, if a man did come into one of your lives somehow, I'm not quite sure how that would happen. What would happen? I mean, it'd be a bit strange,
He
wouldn't
hasn't
it?
got feathers. No, he hasn't got feathers, so he's got no hope.
So how much time do you ever spend apart pursuing your own interests, or is all your time spent together?
Yeah, all our time is spent together. We go because we have our the same interests, and we go shopping together. We go and rescue together. We work as a great team together because we know what one another's thinking, and we know what to do together when we rescue a big bird as the pelican.
What's the longest amount of time you've ever spent apart?
Not hardly any time apart, really.
I mean, like a day, 10 minutes?
No, we've never spent a day apart. No.
So you literally spend all your time every day this close to each other?
Yes, that's right. And we never get sick of one another or anything. Because we have people coming up to us and saying, do you get sick of one another? And we say no.
Okay, let me ask each of you, what is the most annoying thing about the other one?
So Bridget,
what's the most annoying thing about one another? Well, actually, we'd be talking about ourselves, so we can't answer that question.
Can you, when you individually, I mean, if we said to Bridget, what's your favourite thing in the world? What would you say?
My favourite thing in the world would be is we just love what we're doing, rescuing wildlife, and we always love the seabirds. We'd love to one day to get to the Galapagos Islands to see all the wildlife and all the seabirds.
Absolutely extraordinary. And you obviously really, really like each other, right?
Yes, we are best of mates and best of friends. And we love one another.
You're magnificent. I love it, and I think you have been called names on the internet, which I think is entirely unfair because you've obviously got a very happy way of life and a very close relationship. So it's fantastic to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yes, and we thank you for having us on your show.
It's our pleasure. It's fantastic.
It's absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So that's that. I just thought it was so funny. How did their mother put up with it? How do you put up with that? Go to your room. Oh, you all are so cynical. It's real, okay? Don't be cynical. Debbie Gibby is like, they love animals though, Debbie. They love the animals. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that news person kept it together while talking to them. Oh, here's another one. Hold on.
Your mum?
Mum is doing really well. And people are saying, oh, she's brave. And Mum keeps saying to us, I've had 7 kids. I'm fine.
She can handle anything. That's amazing.
Yes.
How are you both recovering from it all? It must be a traumatic time.
Yes, it was. At the time, it was. Yeah, we just wanted to run for our safety, but in the back of our minds, we were worried about Mum. And we also feel for all the other families who are involved.
Well, yes, but the thing is, I mean, the silver lining on what has been a dark cloud and could have been a really dark cloud is that your double eyewitness account has made international news. So how are you handling the attention and the reaction of the world?
Well, we've been focusing on the birds, what we do every day, and we're just taking it one step at a time. We've got a few interviews tomorrow from overseas.
Oh.
Yes, of course, you help pelicans. This is what you mean by the birds. It's wonderful what you do. You're getting interviews from all over the world. Clearly, speaking in unison is a thing that you do. How?
Yes, that's right.
How does this happen?
Well, it just happens, and we don't know why. But we have tried to talk separately, but we're not ourselves. It's not us, and it's very hard. And and we don't care about the critics. We tell people, if you can't stand listening to us, simply just switch off the TV.
Do not switch off the TV.
Guys,
do not
say that. Okay, please, no.
I want to be clear on that. But sorry, how does it feel? Paula, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you only to answer it, Paula.
Okay, well, I'll try and answer it as best as I can.
Okay, I can see Bridget trying to speak.
I also think it didn't feel right.
It's so. How do you know what is going on that means that when one of you speaks, the other one just instinctively has the same thing to say? What's going on?
Oh, guess what? I wish I could answer that question. It just happens. Yeah.
Oh, Bridget, I can see your mouth moving.
Bridget was mouthing the words.
Hey, Bridget and Paula, what happens when you're not with each other?
Well, guess what? We don't feel ourselves. We don't feel ourselves, and it's very hard. We had a bad experience in 2021 when COVID was around. My twin sister, Bridget, was in hospital for 16 days, and we couldn't see one another. It was traumatic to us. Yes. And so how we could communicate with one another was with the phone. Yes. We had to FaceTime one every time.
So,
it was hard. I was having a nervous breakdown in the hospital.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
Bridget and Paula, have either of you been involved in a romance?
Well, guess what? We're too busy for boyfriends. Yeah. We give all our love to the wildlife. Yes. Men are too much trouble.
They are.
Men are trash.
I think there were roughly 14 million women saying that with you in unison at that moment.
Well, Bridget and Paul, I mean, you obviously have this incredible bond and you've got many siblings. Like, what happens when you all get in a room together? I can't imagine there's that much silence.
No, guess what? Our family, we're a very close family and we all love one another. We all get on so well together.
I can't see this happening and I don't wish it upon you, but have you two ever had a falling out?
Oh, never, no way. No, we love one another. No, we love one another and we're best friends and, yeah.
I just wanted to ask about your incredible fashion choices because you're obviously winning in the fashion stakes as well, ladies. Don't think I did not see. I believe it was bunny scrubs that you were wearing yesterday and you've got some fantastic rainbows on today. Who's responsible for that? And do you always match?
Yes, we always match. Yeah, we just go to our wardrobe. We go, we'll just wear that today. Yeah, or even one of us will just pick the outfit out.
Sorry, I'm still blown away by what's happening here. Do you know when you're both speaking, is like the distinction between your own thought and your sister's thought gone? Like, do you not even know whether you're using their thoughts or your own?
No, I know. I wish we could know ourselves, honestly. I wish we could answer that.
Wow. I feel the same with Wiley, guys. Yeah. We share a brain and thoughts and, we're close.
Bridget, Paula, I reckon I might have done 10, 15,000 interviews. Not one has been like this. Yeah. This is
incredible.
Extraordinary. All the best.
They need to have a neurologist brought in. They really do. We're done. All right, take care, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night. I just wanted you all to see that. I watched it like no less than 200 times. No less than 200 times have I watched that video. The first video, when they're in the blue scrubs. I've sent it to so many people. I can't stop watching it. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.